Okay, let's go and jump to rank games with a random character and see what I'm going to get today. So it looks like we're playing a big old Berserker once again. We do have a utility pouch. And we're going to start off with a frying pan since it is on sale. Now, do we craft up a spike shield here? I'm kind of down for since the Walrus Tusk is on sale here. I'm going to roll, looking for a second weapon, which we didn't get, unfortunately. However, I'm going to take our whetstone so we can potentially go for a hero sword instead of the banana. It would increase the damage on a frying pan, but this is going to be around 1 now. It's not going to be too crazy. We've got one weapon. With the utility pouch, it's going to be going pretty slow. Maybe we should have taken it outside our utility pouch. But we should be able to get our battle rage. We should be able to heal up just a small bit, but unfortunately, yeah, it's not looking too great for us. We do end up bleeding our first life. It is what it is. We're going to get a spike shield. And we could go claws attack. So I'm going to take this. I'm going to take the extra stone. I'm going to take the... I'd love to take the garlic here. You know what? I'm going to take it. I'm going to roll. Get a hero sword. I'm going to sell this gemstone to take it for now as well. I'm actually thinking strongly about getting rid of a frying pan here. Getting rid of a frying pan and getting our broom to potentially go for a staff type build. Yeah, I'm going to go crazy here. And so I'm going to reserve this extra set of blueberries and I'm going to move on with this. I'm going to increase the speed on our broom as fast as possible to try and inflict as much blind as possible. It is going to eat up a lot more stamina, but our wooden sword shouldn't use too much stamina here. I did place in our stone, so we do a little bit more damage, although I'm pretty sure it's a big old miss. Our opponent does have Skull Badge, which is going to be a lot of debuffs. You've got a lot of spikes, but we just barely passed him, which is not too bad. Okay, it's kind of looking crazy here. Double Rainbow really doesn't do anything for us. We do have mana orbs, I say, blueberries, so we could take it in hopes of potentially becoming a big buff bomb builds. And we got 2 econ skills, which is Piggy, Pinata, and the investment opportunity. I think out of all these, Piggy Pinata is one of my most favorited skills out of the lot. So I'm going to take it. Double Rainbow would be nice for the set of blueberries. Hell yeah, that's a piggy bank. We're going to roll again. And I will gladly take the storage. Now, am I crazy not to take Claws attack here? I kind of would like to go for a Falcon Blade once again. I'm going to take the extra stone though. And you know what? Might as well actually place that in. So we do a little bit more damage. Yeah, I'm going to venture on with this. Claws attack with a spike shield. Yeah, we probably should have actually taken it. We're going to have 5% crit chance. Piggy banks do have a chance to explode. And I'm hoping we get some craziness over. And speaking of piggy banks, that's a lot of piggy banks. Our opponent is going to have a lot of damage though with smithing for dummies. But so far, not too bad. And piggy bank exploded on our first rounds, giving us a bird and a freaking box of riches. That's kind of nuts. I'm going to take the storage though. We got to take the bag stones for a little bit more damage. I'm going to roll here. Another piggy bank on sale is crazy. And the question is, do I want the bird here? Do I want the bird? We could go for Shelly as well. I think for now I'm just going to rock on. I'm going to keep a bird. It might be a little bit crazy to keep it for now. We should be able to get a lot more damage with our stones. And we're looking to craft up a Falcon Blade. I'm looking for one big mana orb explosion from this piggy bank. And that is a freaking Excalibur with Amulet Feasting. And yeah, we stood no chance against that point, unfortunately. And immediately explode into 2 Arms of Darkness with a Stable Recombobulator on sale. I mean, we gotta take it. We gotta go crazy. We're gonna take this bit of storage. We're gonna roll. Can we find one set of gloves here? Claws attack once again. Let's roll again. Now, piggy bank we're going to have to take to explode. And I'm thinking for this rounds, I'm going to be offering up a bird with these 2 amulets here. Amulets are nice and all, but I don't necessarily really want them here. We're going to get a ton of value. I'm going to offer up our spike shield as well. We're going to go crazy here. Offer up as much as I can. Now, this is going to be really, really nice because this is going to give us a random buff. It's going to cleanse any blind our opponent does inflict on us, even poison. So we should be in a pretty good spot here if we stack up on power, spikes, even luck, guaranteeing that we're going to hit with our weapons. Kind of nice. Now this axe is going to have a lot of skilling damage. They do have a good bit of heals and our food items are going to be triggering pretty fast. We got 3 spikes, 3 heat, 1 in power. It's not terribly bad here. Our opponent does have 5 regen though. But yeah, it's not looking close whatsoever. Now what are we going to get? Something awful. I was going to say awful. A corrupted armor. With another hero sword. If we actually took that last whetstone, we could have went for crossblades. We could keep this actually. And go for Serpent Staff type build. I'm going to roll, however. Let's take our stamina sack. I'm going to take out our box of riches because I do want to try to find ourselves that falcon blade. I'm going to take the extra stone. Let's roll again. And we got our falcon blade with a untapped amulet on the sale. Now the corrupted armor is worth 20 golds. You know what? I might actually hold on to it. I might hold on to it because we could end up going for rainbow goobers. Because this is worth 20 golds. This is worth 4 golds. We could end up going for a big old rainbow goober if we get super lucky with our piggy banks here. So I'm not going to offer up anything this round. I think if anything, I'm just going to offer up some gemstones potentially. Although I'm going to sell this to grab whatever this is going to be. I'm feasting. Honestly, I kind of want to keep it to offer it up as well. Because that's 6 golds. We do 27 gold between these. 33 golds. 42 golds. I'm going to take this bit of storage. And yeah, I'm going to venture on. I'm going to craft up a hero sword. We'll see how we get it. I should have moved this over to our little hero sword because it's going to be going much faster than this one. Now our DPS is going to be relatively low here unless we get ourselves a crap ton of buffs from our stable recombobulator. Like Empower, like Spikes. But we'll see. But can we still take on this hammer builds? They do have their own unstable recombobulator. It's going to be a little bit worse than our stable recombobulator, but they do have a lot more buffs. But so far, it's not looking too bad. They do got quite a bit of heat though, increasing the speed on their hammer. But can we still keep ahead? Hell yeah, we definitely can. Now if we take the egg, we should have about 53 golds between our corrupted armor, our hero sword, our amulet, and our box of riches. We could actually try to do it here. Try to get out rainbow goobers. Unfortunately, if we were to do it, we would only be able to potentially get up to 54 gold, maybe 55 gold. We wouldn't be able to get to 57, so I'm going to have to wait one more round here. Unfortunately. However, I do want to craft up the staff here. I'm going to take the egg as well. Yeah, we're going to take the egg. We're going to take our dagger so we could potentially offer that up as well in the next round. But yeah, we're going to move on with this. We should have crit chance on our falcon blade along with our broom. We should be able to get a lot faster on our food items and our stones as well. So once we get our staff, we're going to have a lot more damage overall. But can we keep up with this Bloodthorn, Guard Power? They're going to get an insane amount of vampirism. And unfortunately, yeah, we did not stand a chance whatsoever. And unfortunately, we didn't get a big explosion, which is not ideal, unfortunately. And the question is, if we're going to try to go for rainbow goobers, I kind of want to grab wolf emblem so we get a little bit of crits. Or am I crazy? Should we just go for brass knuckles since we do have a dagger? We could end up going for a spike staff. Into fog. You know, I'm going to take brass knuckles. It's not on sale, but yeah, it's going to have to do. Now I'm going to take a ruby egg and I'll be back in a second while storage inventory out once again. So for this round, I'm going to be offering up pretty much everything. We're going to have a high chance to lose. Straight up, we're going to have a high chance to lose. I'm not going to put in our piggy bank here either, but we should have a good chance of getting a rainbow goobers. And yeah, we're going to see, can we actually get that rainbow goober? We're offering up pretty much 59 gold worth of items. It's going to be a lot. Can we keep up? We should have a lot of skilling damage on our magic staff. It's going to be going relatively slow. We should be able to skill up our accuracy as well. And our damage. And our opponent does have a lot of damage with a burning blade. And unfortunately, we do end up falling short. But hey, are we going to get something crazy? Hell yeah. Not exactly what I was looking for, but definitely crazy all the same. And so we do got another chance at this. We got 59 worths of gold here. I'm going to grab a stubborn sack. I'm going to grab the axe, since it is on sale. Let's grab the gemstone. Let's grab another 7 blueberries. Let's roll again. An eye lamp on sale with another piggy bank. I do really want to grab. We'll be back in a second while I sort our inventory once again here. And we're going to be offering up even more gold this time. Honestly, at this point, I'm not even sure how much gold we're going to be offering up. This is worth 10 golds. This is worth 10 golds. The lightsaber is also worth 10 gold. So that's 30 gold right here. Gloves worth 12 and 10. That's another 22. So that should be 52 golds. That should be 58 golds, 65 gold, 72 gold, 73, 74, 75, and 75 gold worth of items. Yeah, we're going to go crazy here. One more chance of getting the good old rainbow goobers. Can we get it? 75 gold. We have a lot of weapons, which means we're going to be run through stamina like there's no tomorrow. Lightsaber really doesn't do anything here. We're actually dealing some big damage, which is kind of crazy. Although they do have battle rage and a lot of damage reduction, can they actually keep ahead? So far, that's a massive crit. And unfortunately, we got super unlucky. A 12% chance crit that did end up smashing us. Now, what are we going to get? Unfortunately, we didn't get a rainbow goobers. Not ideal. Unfortunately, I think we're going to have to give up on the Rainbow Goobert type dream for now. Not ideal, but it is what it is. And we can keep our Thornbloom, go for Spike Staff Thornbloom, but at this point, we're going to sell it. We just can't afford to keep weapons, since we're going to be pretty much dead if we do. I do have a choice to make, and I'm thinking about taking Echo Battlecry for a crap ton of armor. We can take Echo Battlecry to trigger our Falcon Blade along with our Ice Armor here. You know what I'm down for. When we get our Spike Collar, we could have went for double Rainbow, which would have been nice as well, to be honest. Let's grab this Protectable Purse. Let's grab another Piggy Bank. And this time I'm hoping we do explode him. I'm going to roll again. If you want any of these, we could grab another Wonky Snowman, go for Coal Stacking build, which could be kind of fun too, since we're going to have our Ice Armor. The only thing is, we're going to only have 2 heat, which is not fantastic here whatsoever. So you know what, I'm going to pass on it for now. Let's grab our storage. Let's roll again. And Eye Lamp is going to be genuinely nice, so we can inflict a tiny bit of cold here. So yeah, I'm going to take it, increase the damage on our Falcon Blade. Have our Dragon Claws in here, targeting our Brass Knuckles. It doesn't mean we're going to get crit chance on our Dagger, but we don't really want that. We just want super fast Brass Knuckles for right now, instead of the Dagger. I'm going to have as much set of blueberries in as possible. A little bit of Lifesteal on our Falcon Blade goes a long way. And I'm going to be offering up our Vampiric Pot here. Now I'm still going to roll though. I'm thinking about grabbing this extra stamina sack. I'm also thinking about taking this as well, to potentially craft up a Burning Coal. Also, yeah, let's keep moving. We should have a lot of heats, so we should be able to activate our Ice Armor here, which should be awesome. Inflicting that cold. Now our opponent does have a lot of cold on us. They do also have the strong Divine Pot, which is going to cleanse any blind or any poison, any cold. Holy moly, the actual debuff. But we should have a lot of damage. We should have a lot of time to scale up. And so far, definitely not too bad here. We got a freaking Prismatic Orb and another Thornbloom. I would love to go Prismatic Sword, but if we go Prismatic Sword here, we do have a high chance to lose. So yeah, I don't think we can actually. I'm going to sell you, I'm going to take this bit of storage, I'm going to take the extra Mana Orb, I'm going to roll again, and I definitely want to craft up a Vampiric Dagger, unless we get ourselves a Vampiric Armor, which I'm definitely going to be down for. I'm going to keep rolling for now though. Do we chance it? Do we try to go for a Prismatic Sword here? We do have ourselves a Spiked Staff, so we have the potential to actually do that. We're going to grab our Wooden Sword, and we're going to craft up that Prismatic Sword. I should have a lot of mana. We're going to be getting our Prismatic Orb. I'm going to be keeping our Falcon Blade for now as well, which could be kind of scary here. Yeah, we're going to have this Mana Orb in here. We're going to try to explode our Piggy Bank. And yeah, we're going to move on. We're going to get our Prismatic Orb in the next rounds. We're going to get our Prismatic Sword. We should have a lot of Vampirism. We should have an insane amounts of mana. And we should be able to stack up a lot of Empower here. So we should have lots and lots of damage with multiple melee weapons during Battle Rage. This Brass Knuckles is going to be going super fast. And hell yeah, not too bad actually. And we got our freaking Prismatic Sword. Let's grab our Prismatic Orb. Let's grab our Dagger. And do we get rid of our Falcon Blade here? Yeah, I'm going to be selling it. I'm going to be selling it. Let's grab ourselves blueberries. Let's roll. You're going to be a magic item. I'd much prefer grabbing vampiric items or holy items here. So I'm going to keep rolling for now. We do get an extra pair of gloves, which would be kind of nice too. But I don't think I'm going to take it. I'm going to keep rolling. You're going to be a holy item, which unfortunately it's a lot of gold. I'm not sure if I do really necessarily actually want you. Let's grab a Protectable Purse. Let's roll again. Another Mana Orb. I would gladly take here. We're back in the second mode of Sword Inventory once again here. So I think for now, I'm just going to move on with this. Prismatic Sword is going to have the most insane amount of attack speed. I think it's going to be really nice actually with our staff here. We got some lifesteal, we got some scaling damage, and we inflict a small few debuffs. Let's go and see if this is going to be good enough. We also did take our gloves away from our Brass Knuckles, which is not ideal, to be honest. But we should be able to get super fast attack speed on this, while having super defensive, with a lot of damage, with our Empower stacked up. And hell yeah, not even going to be close here. Kind of amazing. Let's grab you. Do we even want another Mana Orb here? I'm going to take it, I'm going to roll. And I want to keep rolling for now. Okay, second Moon Shields. Do we actually want a second Moon Shields? Honestly, I'd rather grab ourselves some actual armor. You're going to be some scaling damage. We could take you instead of the Eye Lamp. You scale up our accuracy along with the Brass Knuckles. It means you're going to hit guaranteed. So I'm not going to take it. Lightsaber, another piggy bank I do want to grab more than anything, to be honest. And yeah, we're going to move on. Can we actually win out? We'll see. We are going to get a cheesy turnip type build with the anvil. They're going to get a lot of value. They're going to be trying to stack up as much buffs as possible with their double rainbow too. But can they keep up with the fastest prismatic sword alive? Actually, definitely not. We almost got 2 big mana buff bomb as well, which is really awesome. Now let's take our piggy bank. Let's take this bit of storage. We could take you to try and push our mana a little bit further. I think I'm going to roll down. You're going to be more block. You're going to be perfect for Echo and Battlecry. So call me crazy. I'm going to take an extra mana orb here. I'm going to take an extra mana orb. I'm going to place this down below. I'm going to take our holy armor in the next rounds. And I do want to grab ourselves another dagger. Now we could be crafting up a bunch of spectral daggers. But honestly, I do want to try to grab ourselves a sun armor here. Sun armor would be nice. It would turn some of our fire items into holy items. Now this could be kind of scary because our opponent is going to remove scaling damage. They're going to remove a lot of our buffs. They do get invulnerability, and this dragon, dancing dragon, is going to be dealing a ton of damage. But can we scale up our crits, our accuracy, our damage? Hell yeah. Definitely awesome here. Now Piggy Bank did explode, and it gave us our armor anyway with an Amethyst Steel, or Amethyst of Energy, which is nuts. It means we don't necessarily want this anymore. I do want to grab this lump of coal. I want to roll again. We could have went for Paradise Burb. Another Piggy Bank we're going to have to take. Let's roll again. And that is Vampiric Armor. That's literally everything I ever wanted and more. I'm going to sell the axe because I'm going to be taking this leather armor. We're going to sell the shields because we're going to be taking this bloody amulet. And I'd love to craft up another Vampiric Dagger. But I think we're going to have to craft up a Vampiric Armor. So we're back in a second while I sort the inventory out once again. So we currently have one bad thing about our setup is we lost a little bit of scaling damage on a prismatic sword by moving our moon shields out in this position, but we should be able to start off with insane amounts of mana. And with our Amethyst of Energy, we should be able to proc multiple mana orbs here. But yeah, I'm actually going to move on with this for now. We're going to go ahead and see. We do have our Echo and Battlecry in here. Maybe we should have taken out our flame here because getting that flame here is going to be relatively bad. We almost get a big mana buff bomb. We do get one big mana buff bomb, and with that, we should go nuts from there. And so far, it's looking incredibly awesome. We are going to begin a chilly Excalibur though, with Amethyst Feasting, but hell yeah, not too bad. We are running out of stamina, but we're about to get a big old moon armor. I actually do end up with a 51 DPS being a prismatic sword spike staff. Not doing too bad damage here. 30 heals per second, with 22 max health gained and 535 block. I do think we're going to make this a lot crazier, so hell yeah, I'm going to be continuing on. And one way we make it crazier is if we get ourselves some more mana orbs. So it means I'm going to roll. I do want to take this fanny pack, and I do want to slightly move this over. That way we do have a godly item and a unique item inside our box of prosperity. And we also increase the speed on our moon armor here. I'm going to keep rolling. Think about taking the cap here as well, which I don't necessarily want. Another burning coal will be kind of nice. Let's keep rolling. Or sell blueberries. A flute is a magic item which would help us with our stamina just a small bit here. Potentially. It's not too insane though. I'm going to take the protectable purse. I'm going to keep moving. Maneki and Echo on sale for 5 is kind of nuts. Do we actually want that? Hell no. Another fanny pack I'm not going to be taking. We have not enough stamina anyway. The banana does have to go in, unfortunately, over our little bit of crits here. I'm going to sell the healing herbs. Let's keep rolling. That's exactly what I'm looking for. I might actually place that in over potentially. Sell blueberries here. We start off with 10 mana. We should have a lot more mana with our moon armor here. We should have a lot more mana with our moon armor. I'm also going to move our flame away from our Echo and Battlecry for now as well. But yeah, I'm going to move on. We're going to grab our bloody armor in the next rounds. And we'll see. We are going to begin a crossblades with a Thornbloom with shielded. Well, can we actually keep up? They're going to have a high chance to crit. They're going to be scaling up a lot of damage, but we also scale up an insane amount of buffs and damage. And that's nuts. Genuine nuts here. Let's grab this Undead Amulet. Amulet Life. Hell yeah, let's grab our bloody amulet. Let's roll again. And yeah, going to keep rolling. Another Piggy Bank. Do we take one file, one to explode? Definitely not. Just going to keep rolling for now. We could try to lamp here. A lamp would be kind of nice, actually. No, I'm going to take the lamp. I'm going to take the lamp and I'm going to place it in the next rounds for another magic item. This actually needs to be moved out. Oh yeah, let's go. We're going to be trying to lamp. Since we're going to have so much block, we should be in a pretty good spot. But I did decide to move on with this. Trying to get one final piggy bank explosion. We should be able to get our big mana buff bomb here. And we should be able to go nuts from here. Deal some awesome damage. And hell yes, not even close. Going to begin a crit with staff, burning blade, dragon type situation. Now you're going to be more vampirism, which is amazing. But I think it's time we sell our piggy bank here. Didn't explode, unfortunately it is what it is. Let's grab you from our lifesteal. And we're slowly losing all our flames into our armor. But it's going to have to do. Now we should be in a pretty good spot. We did lose some attack speed. We also have quite a bit of lifesteal, some skilling damage, not insane, and we're going to have a big old lamp. That is going to be incredibly awesome for us. And we could take you for a little bit more skilling damage, but I'm going to roll once more here. And I'm going to sell this flame. I'm going to sell this flame so we can take another freaking burning coal. And you know what? Not a bad freaking build here, to be honest. A prismatic sword of all things. Going down to 1 life, trying to get ourselves a rainbow goobers, which never happens. But it did make a snowball quite a bit. And after that, we didn't really use the stable combobulator. We probably should have prioritized doing a little bit more, but yeah, we actually came out with a pretty fun build here. Let's go to see if this is going to be good enough. Can we actually win out? Or are we going to fall short? I'm going to slow this one down. We are going to begin one of the meta ranger builds with a card goobers with a Torn Bloom. Now, if they actually had double Torn Bloom, they get double the max life stacking. But they're going to get lots and lots of power, lots of max life, and some invulnerability. But we should be able to get tons and tons of buffs. Potentially. Got some massive 102 crit. We scale up our crits as well. And yeah, it's not looking too bad. They do get your invulnerability. We got tons of vampirism as well. Lots of power. And we should be able to stack up our mana here insanely fast. And you know what? Not even close here. Kind of amazing. So we actually ended up with an 80 DPS, being a prismatic sword doing vast majority of it. As for heals, we actually ended up with about 100 heals per second, which is kind of nuts. Yeah, we got a ton of vampirism. And then as for block, yeah, we managed to get almost 1,000 block. So this build was incredibly defensive. Incredibly defensive. It dealt decent damage, not insane damage, but it was incredibly defensive. But anyways, we did survive with 2 lives left. Let's go and see just how much rank points we managed to get. Plus 9 ranked us up quite a bit actually. But anyways, I'm going to leave you here for now. I just want to say thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, comment, or even subscribing. And I'll just go for the next one. I'll see you next time. Okay, we're back in history and we're going to see can we deal with some other builds here. We are going to begin a Steel Goobers Snake type build. They're going to get a lot of damage under Ruby Chunks. They're going to have a lot of max life. But can we keep up? Because we have an insane amount of armor. And if they do break through armor, yeah, we're going to have a lot of lifesteal. So not too bad. Now this build is looking genuinely insane. Crossblades with a katana, with 3 shields. Yeah, we're going to have no stamina here. They're going to remove a lot of our skilling damage. And remove a lot of our buffs as well. So we could actually be in for a long fight here. That's for sure. Because we're going to be out of stamina like crazy. But again, our Prismatic Sword does have 50 damage per hit. This katana is going to have 33, while the crossblades is going to have 30 as well. So you know what? Even though they are running through our stamina like crazy, our build is just way too defensive for our opponents. So not too bad.